Hey everybody, it's Holly the Twister Sister back again for another Tutorial Tuesday, here to teach you guys the art and craft of balloon twisting. We are still in the spooky kooky season, and so we are doing some more Halloween themed balloons this week. And this week, thank you so much to Jackie from my live video last week over on Facebook, who was like, do you have any of your sugar skull prints tutorials? And I was like, oh my goodness, no I don't. So it is definitely time to do a tutorial on the sugar skull balloons. These are prints that I had created in connection with Lorax, which is where I buy most of my balloons now, lorax.com. And so this is a print that you can buy with the sugar skull face already printed on it, save you a lot of drawing and coloring time. And so I'm going to show you a couple different ways to use that print in this video today. Alright, so I've got my cup full of sugar skull print balloons. You guys know how I like to store my balloons. If you're curious about this, check the video I did last week or the other week on those. And this is how they look blown up. This is the sugar skull face. And then if you color it in and add a bow, then you get something like this, which is really fun and festive. We've got Halloween coming up. We've got Dia de los Muertos. I know I do not speak Spanish well. And these are perfect for both of those holidays, and even Cinco de Mayo, so you can get some good use out of these during other times of the year as well. So let's get into a couple different ways that I would use this print, and then I'll show you something if you can't get a hold of this exact print. I'll give you guys some other options at the end of this video. So first things first, usually I like to add hair or a bow to these designs because when I designed this print, in my mind it was a female. So I like to add hair and I like to add bows, one or the other or both. And to do that, since these are not link balloons, if enough of us ask, maybe they'll print them on linking balloons. These are just round 5-inch round balloons, right? So you're gonna need to do a raisin. Now don't be scared. I showed you guys this in my Hello Kitty video, which you can go back and check. I do raisins for things like this in linework events. It really does not take that much time and it gets really easy the more you practice it. So you're just gonna ball up a little bit of balloon, just get a knot and cut out that knot part and put it inside of your printed balloon. And then when you inflate this, just make sure to underinflate it a little bit. You don't want it to be more oval shaped. You want it to get more of a round ball shape. So let some air out until it's nice and round, and make sure your raisin is inside of there, and then tie that off. Now you don't have to add bows and hairs to this, but I know a lot of people want to, so I want to show you how I would do it. So we've got our raisin in here. Now I'm going to create a bow, and this is just like my little Hello Kitty tutorial. So I've got a pink 260 here. I'm just going to do 2 very small loops and a pinch twist in the middle of those, just 1 pinch twist. So small round bubble, pull that bubble out and twist it around itself. Get your little pinch twist there. You have a cute little bow. Cut off the rest here so you have a nice long tail. What I do now is I kind of put this in my kit or on my table or wherever, and I'm gonna put my print upside down and find my little nozzle in there, my little knot. And I like it to kind of be off center, so I'm gonna get it off to the side over here and just grab that little knot inside of your 5-inch round, give it a twist so that knot is now pulled out from the balloon. And then you're gonna take the tail that we left on our bow, and we're gonna put our bow right on top of our knot, pulling this tail really nice and tight and just winding it around that knot 3 or 4 times. So that knot is definitely separated now. You can kind of see it winding around the balloon there. And then I bring it up into the bow, wrap it around the bow a couple times, wrap it back down around the knot a couple times, back up around the bow. And then this bow is very nice and securely attached. So all you have to do is arrange it now so that it's sitting forward and looking super cute like that. So that's one easy way. You can just add a bow really quick and then fill this in with some Sharpie colors to make it nice and colorful like sugar skulls usually are. Now once you've got this attached, you've got a bunch of different options, right? So we can make this a bracelet, we can make it a headband, we can make it a princess wand, we can add a body to it, whatever you want to do. So you're going to probably start off with having a 6-petal flower of some sort, either one color, or you guys know I like to do my 2-colored little flower bases. So I'm going to do 3 loops on each color here. 4, 5, and 6 loops total. Okay, so we've got our 3 loops. I'm going to swap places with these sides here so that they're alternating colors. Super pretty. I love purple and yellows together. I always have since I was a little kid. It was one of my favorite color combos. So this is nice and bright. Really liking this. And then all you can do, I'll grab the one here that we already colored because it looks really pretty. We're just going to take this and attach it to our 6-petal flower, right? Super easy. Okay, so if you cut off your tails, you have a bracelet, you have a little table centerpiece, you have a headband hat. If you leave your tails and inflate the balloons all the way before you do this, twist them together, you've got a sugar skull wand, which is really fun. We can make a body out of these two here. So I don't show this body a lot. It's from like my Happy Guys tutorial, I think, where we can just bring these 2 colors down together for a little body here. Make 2 feet. You can do the feet in the same color or different colors, whatever you want to do. Okay, so we've got a little body here. We can put a pinch twist in the back to kind of stabilize those feet and make sure that they are facing the way that we want them to. Okay, so now she has a little body. You can leave it like this, but I personally would add some arms to really finish off this look. So to do that, you can just grab a 160. I don't really recommend doing it with a 260 unless that's all you have. You can make it work by kind of stretching it out and making it a little bit thinner, but I like to just use a 160 and linking this into the flower. And you're going to bring the arms from the back around to the front, make a little twist in the middle, and do the same thing, kind of going back towards the back of the balloon again, and wrapping it into your 6-petal flower to finish it. Rest. And then just make sure that those arms are coming, the shoulders are coming from behind and then towards the front. So that is a really cute little way you can kind of do it. Kind of looks a little bit circusy with the collar and the multicolored body, but this is a fun way to add a cute little body to any 5-inch print that you might have. I like to do it with the sugar skulls. Okay, so we've gone over a lot of different ways you can use this design just like this. So again, we had just put the base on here and you have a bracelet, you have a headband, you can twist the tails together to make a wand, or you can add a simple but fast body like this. Now I know some of you are going to want to know how to do the full-blown sugar skull princess with hair and a bow and everything, and so I'm going to show that to you as fast as I can next. Alright, so Princess Sugar Skull time. I've got my sugar skull print already filled up with a raisin inside of it, a little bit underinflated. Now we're going to attach her right into the top of our dress, which I'm doing a basic line work dress to keep this design a little bit faster. So it's just a round bubble to start with and then your 2 loops, and we'll do the rest of the dress later. So go ahead and take your head and we're just going to attach it down into the center of the top of our dress here. Now at this point we need to add the hair and work on that. I like to get the hair done and out of the way before moving on to the rest of the design. So I'm going to do mine in black. You can of course do any color, and we'll start off on our black with a small round bubble that we're going to grab the knot and turn that into a pinch twist. So you have this pinch twist here to start. And then on this one, we're going to find, I usually do it from the very top middle as close as I can get. So just turn your balloon upside down and grab your raisin inside of there. Give it a little twist And then this time, to attach our balloon to our raisin, we're just gonna take our pinch twist that we made, the little twist that we put between the bubble and the black balloon, and that is going to wrap around our raisin that we're holding on to. So flip these, bring them back around, flip them, and that way your raisin is going to be pulled into that twist and everything's going to be twisted around it, and that's going to hold this onto the top of here. See, it's not that scary. Now we're going to cover her head with 4 bubbles of hair. So it's just going to come down the back of the head and twist. I'm actually going to twist it underneath this purple little bubble that I have down here instead of twisting it around her neck. You can twist it around her neck, but it looks better. The less balloons you have like in between her head and her body, the better. Okay, so we're gonna come back up into the pinch twist on top of her head. Just go around it once. You don't need to wrap it around and around and around. Okay, we're gonna come down into this side of her head here. So I've got a bubble coming down the side. And what I'm gonna do is take this underneath my purple loops, just going right underneath those purple loops to get over here to the other side. And now this is gonna go back up this side of her head and twist back into that pinch twist up top. And now take a look at your print because it might be off center. All you have to do is just rotate it around a little bit, get it centered up so it looks like it's supposed to. It's a little bit better. And to finish off the hair, I'm just going simple. So we're going to use the rest of our black balloon here to create sort of some little side sweep bangs and a little bit of a ponytail. So squeeze this out so it's nice and soft. You're going to bring it down to where it hits about halfway down the head. Make a twist. And we're going to take this tail here and it's going to come behind this first bubble that's on the side of her head. So just take it underneath that bubble and pull it through. Now if you're using black, especially Qualitex black, it's going to be a little bit sticky. So you're just going to need to work with it to push it through. The Qualitex black is a little bit easier to work with. So try that if you have trouble with black especially. Once you have it fed through there, I like to give this little ponytail bit a little curl it towards the front, and straighten that all out like so. Now when I put hair on these guys, I do like to add a bow as well. So I've got a little yellow bow here, and you want to keep these on the small side, a little bit smaller than if you were only putting a bow on top of the head. So if you can do it in 1/60s, do that. And I put these on the opposite side from the side where her bangs are. So just put it over here, kind of off to the side. And then to attach this bow, I'll take my yellow tail back behind this first black bubble. And to attach it, I'm going to bring it up into the pinch twist on top of her head and just wrap it around there very loosely so that we can still play with the positioning of this bow. If you want it to be up high or more off to the side, you can play around with that. Okay, so now we're done with the top part of her head and everything. You could kind of leave this like on a stick like this, and that's kind of cute. If you're in a rush for time but you want to do hair and then just do really simple on the body, stick is always cool. But we're gonna finish off with the dress because it is really pretty simple. So come down just a little bit for her torso, and then however much balloon you have left, you can get in as many bubbles as you can for her dress. I usually do 4 or 5. So they're about 5 to 6 inches long. And just go up and down, back and forth until you get a nice little dress. And it looks like we're going to be able to do 4 bubbles on this one's dress. So we got a little 4 bubble body there. And with the rest of this, I'm not going to worry about cutting this off or anything. I'm just going to tuck it down inside of her dress. And so it's hidden in there like that. And then she's got to have some arms, right? So we're going to put in our 160. She'll just wrap into her little shoulder puffy sleeves. And then bring that forward. Give a little bend for an elbow. Make a twist. And then do the same thing going back up the other side. Twist it into her other sleeve. And you can get rid of the rest of that. And I usually just wrap it around that purple bubble sticking out in the back. And then just rearrange everything because it probably got messed up when you did that. And just make sure always that their arms are coming out from behind their body and then going towards the front. You don't want them sticking straight out like this. It's kind of silly looking. So that is the full body princess sugar skull, and then of course you can color in the face to make it look really pretty. And there she has the colored in face and the full body princess sugar skull. She's great on a stick. I always put my princesses on a stick 95% of the time. I just like the way it is, and so this would be a good one for a stick as well. So there you have it, a whole bunch of different options and ideas for how to use my sugar skull prints that you can get exclusively at Lorax.com. Links right to it are in the description. Now, let's say for some reason you can't get my special prints, or you can't get them in time for an event. What else can you do? If you don't have sugar skull prints, you are most likely gonna have some type of skull print. There's a Halloween 3-pack mixed balloons assortment that comes with these skull faces that almost everybody has. If you've been through one Halloween season as a balloon twister, you probably have something that looks like this. I think this specific pack also comes with a pumpkin face and is it the vampire, green vampire face, something like that. So I played around with this the other day. I pulled up Google Images, just typed in sugar skull, got out my Sharpies, and had some fun turning this into a fun looking sugar skull print without needing any special sugar skull prints. Now, this didn't take me too long, but it does take some time. So that's why it's nice to have the print, because the print takes a lot less time than doing all of this, but it was pretty quick. And I just looked at Google Images again for some inspiration, and it's basically just hearts and dots and flowers and swirly lines and whatever, you know, fun, pretty design you feel like putting on here. If you do plan on drawing your sugar skull faces like this at your next event, I would recommend practicing a few at home, just so that when you're at your event and you're looking at your skull face, you don't go blank on like, what should I draw? I have no idea what I want to put on here. So if you practice it a few times, you'll have a good idea of like, okay, I want to do flowers here and heart here and some squigglies and dots here. And that way you can go faster when you're at your event. But these skull faces do turn into pretty cool looking sugar skulls, just with a little bit of colorful Sharpie art on there. So that is another idea for you guys to use, and you can use this just like you would use any of my sugar skull prints. You know, just make sure you put your raisin in here if you want to attach anything to it. But honestly, with as colorful and vibrant as this is, I think you could skip the bow, and you could just put this guy onto like a 6-petal flower base and call it a day. I mean, that's super cute without any bows or hair or anything like that. So easy way to do some sugar skulls this year. And this would also look great on a candy cup as well, so don't forget that option. Halloween's a great time to start into the candy cup business. People are looking for fun and different treats that they haven't seen before, and so candy cups are something most people still have not seen and would be really excited about. So make a few of these, post some pics on your Facebook business pages or websites, and see if you can make any extra money from candy cup deliveries this year. We did a whole guest artist interview episode on candy cups, and that is available in the Twisterhood for members. If you're not a member, you can get on the wait list at thetwisterhood.com. We'll be opening doors again in November, and so if you're on that list, you'll be the first to know when we are taking new members, and you can get access to everything that is in there right now and that will be added in the future, including the candy cup course. If you guys liked this video, I know it's a little bit longer, but we sure did cover a lot of stuff today. So let me know if you enjoyed that by giving this video a thumbs up. It really helps the algorithm on YouTube and helps spread the message and get these videos to more people. And I really appreciate it as well. And if you're not already subscribed, you might want to go ahead and do that if you like watching this kind of stuff. I do new tutorials every single Tuesday, and on Fridays we talk about the business of balloons and how you can make money with this fun balloon skill that you're learning. I'm really looking forward to seeing your pictures this week, since sugar skulls are so creative and you can do so much just with your artwork. So I really want to see what you guys do with the balloon of the week this week. So make sure that you post those pictures in our free Facebook group. The link is in the description if you're not a member yet. It's free to join. It's a safe place to post your work. Whether you're new or advanced, we all cheer each other on in there. And so I'd love to see what you guys come up with for sure. Skull faces and bodies and designs this week. I can't wait to see your photos. If you're needing some more Halloween tutorials for the upcoming holiday, I've got you covered with a whole bunch of other Halloween designs. You can go check those out over here at these videos. I will see you over there. Until then, happy twisting, and I'll see you again next week. Bye.